Kevin, it's a point from your trip to AFC Sudbury this afternoon, a 2-2 draw. One secured quite late on as well with a penalty from Dior Angus, but I get the impression you feel that a point was the least you deserved.
I think so. I think you look at it and I think Sudbury have had one or two moments themselves, but we've had several moments and good moments as well that we've passed up again and disappointed, not to take 3 points, to fall behind like we did, and showed a bit of character. Credit to the lads, to keep going for the full period and drag something back out of the game, which they deserve a tremendous amount of credit for that. But just look how erratic the pitch plays, and I just think how the ball behaved for Oren getting caught out for the first goal. It's a challenge on there. It's really strange to have to play on that, and it's unlike most that we come up against. And credit to the lads again. They've got on with the job and made light of it and give a pretty decent account of themselves overall.
Sure. I know from the fact that I saw your briefing to the team on Thursday evening that you had ample warning about Sudbury, and they've had some good results against some decent teams here this season. I think they put 6 past Lowestoft here. They beat Stamford last weekend. So you yourself knew that we were in for a tough game this afternoon.
Very much so. I watched them beat Stamford last week, and like I say, it's they understand how to play the conditions here really well, and they've got good players in their ranks and a more than solid side. They'll be up and around it, I'm sure. From that perspective, looking at it and the way the lads have applied themselves today, I thought they were excellent. Kept going, really forcing Sudbury back in the final sort of 15-20 minutes. And again, I find myself standing here saying, if we take the moments and chances and opportunities that come along, then we win that game probably comfortably. But they may argue the toss and say we've had moments as well, which there were one or two moments there. Brandon's made a save early on, but I think there's a decision there where I think it's a stonewall penalty on Ricky. Why it's not given, I don't really know. Maybe because it happened so early in the game. But we kept going and kept trying to force issues. As I say, Sudbury capable side, and to take a point is not it's not the worst in the world. But I'm selfish. I always want 3.
Yeah, I mean, after Sudbury did take the lead, I was probably expecting at that point. That with Sudbury and with the youth that they've got, that I don't know whether it was a case of them sitting back or that they seemed content to let you have possession, and the team didn't seem there didn't seem to be any degree of panic about that. They kept moving the ball around, kept looking for opportunities. So I imagine that pleased you. Yeah,
very much so. You can get caught up in the confusion of the game and start to force situations and issues, and there were still moments within it where one or two of our players have got to recognise better moments, but by and large we've kept forcing the ball into good areas and getting in around the penalty area, and like I say, both wide players have stretched. Jim Ellis and Nathan continue to force situations, show good levels of fitness out there to get high and wide and create moments, chances and opportunity, and I think it's the point is at least what we deserve, and you would probably say overall is a fair result.
Sure. It's a quick turnaround with the game at Barwell on Monday evening, and obviously there was an injury there to Ricardo Denanga. I imagine that'll be a case of seeing how he is tomorrow, really.
Yeah, we'll see how he settles down, and like I say, if it's bruised or he's rolled his ankle a little bit but Ricky was doing really well and asking all sorts of questions in that first period, and that obviously steadied him up a little bit. But Ellis has come on and worked moments and situations. He's got to add a little bit to, as I said to him afterwards, little moments that he's got to understand a little bit better when he can become more effective for us. But it's great to have players like Ellis to bring on and Reece, that Gil's gone on there and had good effect.
Sure, I was going to say in terms of the injury situation, I'm guessing a few weeks ago when it was sort of like biting quite hard, you wouldn't have had some of those options on the substitutes bench, but to be able to bring Ellis on, to be able to bring Reece Hilton on, to be able to bring Dior on and freshen things up in the final third in that 20 minutes was important.
Very much so. It's nice, and like I say, we've been having down to low numbers, sometimes 14 and 3 sat on the bench there, and not so much option for us should we need to make changes and what have you. But yeah, it's nice when you've got a full bench, and hopefully the likes of Sam and Matty not too far away either. So yeah, hopefully, like I say, we can get them introduced in the next week or so, perhaps Monday for Sam. So yeah, that adds to what we are, and hopefully continue to drive us forward.
Sure. Kevin, thanks very much for your time. I'll speak to you on Monday.
Thank you.